Solar is a scam. That's right. I said it. And this week I really walked into a house that actually proves it. $82,000 in brand new panels on a lease that'll cost you over $140,000 over the next 25 years. Now, let me show you the math that nobody talks about. This was the listing in Woodbay, a really nice community neighborhood in Westchase. Gorgeous home, clearly loved, nicely updated. My buyers were excited even before they walked into the home. And then we found the panels, brand new. Sellers hadn't even received their first electric bill yet. They were expecting my buyers to just take over the lease. And in my experience, that just is not how it works. I've never successfully, in over 200 transactions, had a seller transfer the lease over to a buyer that was willing to take it. Here's what most people never ask when they see the panels on the house. What does it actually cost, right? I mean, as a monthly payment, yes, but what does it cost from start to finish? Well, the installed value of this system was $82,000, but the total lease, if you hold on to and pay every month for 25 years, that's going to be like $140,000. That's $58,000 more than the system is actually worth. Now, where does that money go? It's not going to the lender. It's not going to your equity. It's going straight to the leasing company. Now, let's do the math. What would you pay if you never touched solar at all? Well, say your electric bill is $200 a month and it creeps up a couple of percent a year like it always does. Now, if you run that for 25 years, you'd land around $77,000 total. That's paid straight to the power company. Now, even at $250 a month, you're still only around $96,000 over 25 years. And that's with a 2 or 3% increase over the 25 years. Compare that to the $140,000 lease, just paying your electric bill like normal. No solar, no lease, nothing is $40,000 to $60,000 cheaper over the 25 years. And here's the part that I really just don't understand. And what really gets me is that's not even the full picture, because these panels are not covering 100% of your electric bill. I mean, I'm sure in some months they are and you're getting a rebate of some sort, but it's not free power. You're still paying a bill on top of that lease. You're on the hook for maintenance and servicing. There's a fee to the electric company. So when it's time to redo your roof, there's a cost. Somebody has to pay to pull those panels off and put them back on. So we're not even calculating any of those into these numbers. I get it. I mean, everybody wants a lower power bill. So do I. And a lot of people generally want to do the right thing by the environment. I get that too. I just don't think the technology is there yet. We're just paying too much for the panels. I'm not knocking the intention, but run the real numbers, and doing nothing beats doing this. Now, if you're buying a home with a solar lease attached, that lease doesn't disappear. You either have to qualify to take it over, pay it off, or just walk away from the house, which my buyers have done. I've seen leased solar systems complicate closings, scare off buyers like they did in this case, because they just don't know enough about solar. And quite frankly, who does, right? We haven't had it on our houses that long. Now, if you're a seller sitting on one of these leases, ask yourself this question I've asked myself walking through this house. Why take on a 20-year or 25-year, 6-figure obligation on a house you might not be in 5 years from now? They weren't. They left before the first bill came. That math just generally never works out in the seller's favor. They're always cutting a check at closing. Now, if you do need to sell before that lease is paid off, handing it to your buyer and hoping they say yes isn't really a strategy. It's a decision you've made. You've already made that, not one that they've made. If you want the deal to work, either pay it off or you drop your price enough to make it worth their while to take it on. That's a negotiation. It's not a gift. So here's my question for you. Would you rather see a seller pay off a solar lease at closing or knock the price down and let the buyer decide what to do with it? Please do tell me in the comments. I'd really love to hear whatever your thoughts are, even on both sides. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Westchase, West Park Village, or anywhere in the Tampa Bay area, these are exactly the kind of things I dig into for my clients. I've got strategies to position your home so that we can make sure to net top dollar and keep more money in your pocket where it belongs. And earlier we start thinking about these kind of things, the better off you're going to be. It really puts you in a position of strength. This way we're not scrambling at the end. Now, my info's listed on the screen and in the description. And please do subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. I can share more stories from more real showings, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.